How you doing? This is Ken Sparks at Bright Light Systems, and we're going to repair a broken oil test bung on the bottom right-hand side of the motor on this ZZR 600 motorcycle. So the motorcycle is very low miles, and we need to get it repaired. And the damages are caused by somebody slamming the bike up against a curb and knocking off the fairing and hit that test plug cap, and it broke about 30% of the bung sticking out of the side of the motorcycle. And so we got the motorcycle leaned over here and to make it easier to get to with the welder and weld the replacement piece back on. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to machine a similar bung on the lathe and thread it to look like the original bung, and then we're going to take the 30% that's missing off of the machine part and put it on the fix it into the side of the motorcycle. And the method to hold it in place, as you can see, is a pair of vice grips holding the two parts together. The vice grips also allow me to put a ground clamp on that exact point without flowing current through the rest of the motorcycle and causing problems with the electronics. So we'll get to machining some parts and some close-ups, and we'll see what happens here. So the next image is a close-up of the broken portion of the bung. You can see it's missing about 30–40% of the threaded area. Unfortunately, they didn't bring that part from the crash scene, so I have to make up a component or a piece that looks like this bung with the proper threads, so that I can weld it back on there without ruining the motor and without ruining the threaded portion of the bung. So the next shot shows I'm getting ready to do some work on it, and because this is an oil galley to the main bearings and the rod bearings, you can't allow a single bit of debris to get past this point. So that's a big wad of Kaptan tape in there that keeps stuff out of the oil gallery and hopefully out of the motor. So the next shot will show the brass parts and the newly manufactured oil bung that we cut the 30% out of to put together. So there's the threaded portion that we're going to use to face off the bung after the welding, and the bung is missing its piece. It's already been fit on the motorcycle. So you hold the bung against the threaded portion and use a pair of vice grips to lock it in place so it has exactly the same pitch alignment, thread pitch alignment, as the original part. So they made a couple of brass pieces there for this purpose. So the brass worked really well, and it wasn't really that much trouble to make up a few minutes or so. So the next shot will show vice grip clamp holding the newly installed missing component against the threaded bung insert for alignment. There we go. Now the alignment, I missed the alignment a little bit, but my replacement part's only about 20 thousandths high, which is no problem to polish off. So the next image should be the welding is completed. Now the welding is now finished. Sorry about the lighting, but it should be good enough. And yes, I know there seems to be a defect in the welding, and the reason for that is I didn't want to burn into the threads and damage them in any way. I still had to be able to clean them up, and also was using very short duration of welding times to prevent any heating of the case. So the cases really didn't get above boiling, or 212 degrees F. So and the good thing is the bung cap covers the entire housing with an O-ring, and so that polished down really nice, and doesn't leak a drop, not drop a leak. So after this, we tested the motor and changed oil, and away it went. So everything worked out really good. It was a bit tedious and a bit long-winded to get this straightened out, but it didn't have to take the motor out of the bike, which would just be a huge amount of time and labor. Basically, disassemble the motorcycle down to nuts and bolts, take the engine apart, fix the bung, or get a new lower case, and put the whole thing back together. And it's a 2005 ZZR 600. It wouldn't have been worth in any part of the labor that would require to do that much work. Thanks a lot. See you again.